Welcome to the definite integral and its properties. So today we're going to have a look at sketches of curves and take into consideration the integral with negative functions depending on whether the area is above or below the x-axis. So if an area is below the x-axis, it contributes negative values towards the final integral. And if the area is above the x-axis, it will contribute a positive value to the final integral. So we're going to have a look at evaluating two different integrals, and we're going to use the areas, and then we're going to actually use the primitive. So the first one is the integral from 0 to 6 of x minus 4, and we're going to look at that as a sketch. And then from minus 2 to 2 of x cubed minus 4x. So this is a graph of y equals x minus 4 between 0 and 6. So you can see from 0 to 4 is below the x-axis, a triangle below the x-axis, and from 4 to 6 is a triangle above the x-axis. So we're going to separate these two areas to find the integral from 0 to 6. So using the areas, the integral from 0 to 4. So we know that the area of a triangle is half the base times the height. So it'd be half times 4 times 4. So that area of that triangle is 8. But because it's below the axis, it's minus 8. Then we consider the area integral from 4 to 6. So that's a triangle. The area of that triangle is a half times 2 times 2. Which is equal to 2, and it's positive because between 4 and 6 is above the x-axis. So when we do the integral from 0 to 6, it's minus 8 for the part that's below, plus 2 for the part that's above, giving us minus 6. So now let's use primitives. So, remember, raise your power, divide by your new power. So the integral from 0 to 6 of x minus 4. So we get a half x squared minus 4x from 0 to 6. Remember, we sub the 6 in first minus subbing in the 0. So a half times 6 squared minus 4 times 6 minus a half times 0 squared minus 4 times 0. That equals to minus 6. And you can see it's the same as when we did the areas. So here's our second example. The integral from minus 2 to 2 of x cubed minus 4x. Now you can see from this that those areas are exactly the same. So the area above is positive, the area below is negative. So that observation was that the areas are equal. And since above the x-axis is positive and below the x-axis is negative, therefore the integral from minus 2 to 2 is 0. So let's check that using the primitives. So remember, raise your power, divide by your new power. So the first one, we get a quarter x to the 4 minus 2x squared between minus 2 and 2. So substituting in the 2 and then minusing the substituting into the minus 2. So we get a quarter of 2 to the 4 minus 2 times 2 squared minus a quarter times minus 2 to the 4 minus 2 times minus 2 squared. When you do that on your calculator, you get 0. Thank you.